Okay, who needs a minute after that video? Because I do. So thanks for bearing with us. We're super excited to start this. My name, for those that don't know, is Jess HD. When I'm not geeking out about everything queer, superhero fandom, I oversee all of creator and diversity programming for YouTube Spaces. And my pronouns are she and her, and I think we should normalize it. So thank you, Les Watch TV, for bringing it up and mentioning it. But enough about me. We're here to talk all things Legends of Tomorrow. A little show no one knows about. So without further ado, I'd like to bring to the stage, as we know them, Sara Lance and Ava Sharp, Caity, Lotz, and Jess McCallan. Hi, welcome. I love that you have Bebo.
That was really R-rated, and Bebo was like, he was trying to close his eyes and they're too big. Hold Bebo tonight. God, that was awesome.
I'm on Instagram Live right now. Say hi, everyone.
Say hi to the rest of the world. So welcome to ClexaCon. Welcome back, Caity. So far, so good. Like, what's your first impressions of this?
A feng shui thing going on.
Oh, go for it.
There we go. You know when you sit at the bar with people and they're like this the whole time? So there we go. So now we can all see each other.
I'm all about sitting however you guys feel comfortable.
Okay.
So first impressions, like how does this differ from other, I mean, you guys do tons of Comic-Cons. How does this differ, this kind of Comic-Con?
Well, that's you, because you do tons and you've been here before. I mean, I can say that I've never been here. And I'm like, I walked out just for the first signing, and I saw people that I've seen in the few Comic-Cons that I've done, and because just the representation and the such specific amazing strength of everyone that's out there, I just started shaking and like almost cried with the people that were out there, because I had new faces and faces of people that I'd already seen like in London and then San Jose, people like so far away. So it's amazing to see people that are friends that I feel like I've made. I feel like I belong here.
So for the record, Caity, I am super impressed that when we last talked was literally a couple days before the season 3 finale, and you and Maisie held the secret in about Bebo, about the Bebo bomb, let's just put it that way, which was mind-blowing and set the bar so freaking high, and then yet you go into season 4 and we have man-eating unicorns. What has been, like, did you know where you guys were going in season 4? And like, what's been the coolest like surprise that they've thrown on you?
I mean, I've just been really impressed with our writers that, especially like after season 3, you're like, how do you top that? And
I mean, that's pretty damn hard to top literally a kung fu fighting 100-foot Bebo.
Yeah, but this season I think has been our best yet. It's so much fun. We have so much fun. Like, every time we get the scripts, we're always like, what is happening? We're like, what? They're like, yeah, this one you become singing puppets. It's like you turn into a puppet. We're like, okay.
Did you get to keep the puppets is the question.
No, though
What?
maybe they'll let us like at the end, because they might have another guest star
I feel
spot
like
or
if they
something.
turn you into a puppet, you get to keep it.
The weird thing is the puppets are in like a box on the Wave Rider. So they like in the middle of, I actually have a good video that's spoilers coming because I shadowed the episode that's coming. I shadowed the director, so I wasn't in it, but I was behind the scenes. So we kept finding the puppets in this box everywhere. And I bring it out often and make out with yours. I don't know about... I don't want you to have it actually, because it's like my other you.
You can have it. You can take
Yes. Me and Bebo and.
Have you had a favorite episode this season so far? I mean, besides the puppets, which was classic. I have a few of my own, but I'd love to know from you guys.
I think the one that's coming up is going to be a pretty cool one. But I also loved the one that just aired 2 times ago, when we got to dance.
The tango?
Yeah.
Can we talk about that? Did you guys have to go through train? I actually had that later on as a question. Did you guys have to go through training for?
We did have a choreographer that came in to teach us, and so we had a rehearsal, and we were fighting a lot because who gets to lead?
Who gets to lead? And I was like, I'm taller than you.
Okay, did you guys look at my phone? Because that was my next question.
And Jess is kind of a control freak. Actually, at some point in the rehearsal, I was like, bitch needs to step back. Because she would be like, you have the timing wrong. It's supposed to be your left foot back.
You did, and it was. Miss Dancer.
But I'm also having to, like, I had the dialogue that I had, like, it was like, we believe that Monet is intercepted by the agents and they're back into the field. Like, and trying to, like, move my feet. What was that line?
It was, I believe that something's infiltrated the bureau and Mona's at stake, or something like that. That was on the Rendezvous. Yeah. Mona's is something. I believe there's something happening in the bureau, and you kept saying that word wrong. Mona's something.
It was hard.
That's the second time she's called me a bitch on the stage, I think. I wasn't here to defend myself the last time. Bitch, what? I love you so much.
So what I love most is that every episode is just a completely different adventure. And speaking of the tango, like, is there anything yet they've thrown your way that, like, you're like, oh, hells no, or you're just like, bring it on?
There was an episode, the finale one, this Bebo one from the other season. I don't remember if you remember there was the first time we tried to do it, and it creates this really gross, ugly creature.
Yeah.
So originally that was supposed to, like, spew out goo all over us. And it was snowing outside and freezing, and we were all like, no. And then while we were lining up, like, just getting in the right camera positions, it, like, somehow malfunctioned and all over me. Yeah.
That's disgusting.
It was so gross. You should have seen that thing in real life. It was just disgusting.
So I would love to talk a little bit about just the two of you and Jess coming on to the show, and how did that go? How was auditions? I'm assuming you guys did a chem test, and how was it coming on a show that was already established?
I just realized maybe I confused the stage, and you did. This isn't where you talked about our chem test. Because there was one point where, okay, yes. I'm so competitive, I beat the moderator. Jess, next question. They already know.
What was it like coming on to a show?
Well, she talked about it, but yeah, you.
Oh, for me?
Yes.
Ha! I mean, it's funny because she is such a professional at all of this stuff. This whole Arrowverse world in general is so wonderful and amazing to be a part of, but very overwhelming when you don't, come from a show that has a universe of something DC, Marvel, all of it that has so much. Is trying to push the envelope on representation, and then the fandom is just amazing. And overnight, you just feel like you have this family that you're supposed to take care of, and you're want to interact with, and you're so inspired and moved by so many stories. Like the last show I was on, like maybe I got a housewife that was 35 that was like, my husband doesn't want to talk to me, and that was the one Twitter friend I had, and I was like, sorry, not sorry, like first world problems, get over yourself, this real stuff. It was such. I think for me coming onto the show and coming into the fandom of it all is amazing. I mean, I get goosebumps. I read letters, and I don't still feel, I don't know, worthy to read some stories and interact with some people that are dealing with very, very intense things. So I think just grateful to represent this character. When I got Ava, I wanted it so bad. I'd auditioned for a bunch of other Arrowverse shows, and I really wanted Ava. And after our chem read, I really wanted Ava. Watch what I do to this woman.
It's awesome. So season 4, what I love is that it's farcical, it's crazy. Every episode is a new Goonie style adventure, but your relationship is really grounded in reality. And I love for both your perspective is what is it like going from like those crazy moments to, oh, we're portraying like an actual couple dealing with real issues in this magical world.
It doesn't really feel like there's ever a separation, like you step into one and out of one. It just feels like we're in it the whole time. I think it's just once you're in it and this is what's happening, you know, and it's like you're in a Bollywood musical and it's just like, yeah, okay, yeah, we are. So I don't ever feel like it's hard to slip in and out of one. I think we just live in this space of higher reality. Yeah, and we love it when we get to have the drama stuff in there and some of the more character moments. Because I think, like, you know, without that, like, all the other stuff doesn't matter. Like, no one cares about the characters unless you have that emotional connection to them through their struggles.
Like, I feel like that's the pause when we get those scenes that's the easy stuff to slip into, if you keep using that word, but it's but if it was the weird, you're in a Bollywood musical and you're fighting a blue teddy bear flying around, you're like, that what? But then you get a really well written scene. Again, the writers are really great. I think we all think that with Avalance and
yes. One of them is here.
One of them is here. Yeah, where is she? Woo!
You guys can all harass Stephanie later.
What's your favorite drink? San?
Speaking of drinks.
Yeah, where is the drinks? Like, yeah. But I think what I was saying is just that those scenes are the ones that I think I get to, and I'm like, oh, that day will be good. It'll be what we kind of do this for, you know, finding the truth. It's way harder to find the truth in this other stuff.
Have you guys had a favorite Avalance scene this season? That you can talk
Definitely
about?
the tango. I mean, I don't know. Do you have another one?
Oh my God, my birthday.
Oh yeah.
But wait. This is actually why. Because that scene to me, it's like the writers in their homage they do to the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in Ghostbusters, that's giant Bebo's coming through. That scene to me read like something from I Love Lucy. Like something from one of those, you know, cookie cutter comedies from the 50s or 60s. It's just perfect timing comedy, something romantic's trying to happen, and then all this stuff happens. So it was like, be as goofy as you want, but it was like 2 women, and I'm like, awesome. Look how like that would so be a normal I Love Lucy, and now like, to flash forward 2019, I felt like this is so cool. This is so cool that we're doing this, and you know what I mean? It just wasn't traditional. We pushed the boundaries on that even, and she looked amazing. So come on.
I think it was probably like a lot cooler for you because you didn't have to be in lingerie in front of the whole crew.
Yep.
Touche. So
camera guys were like this. They were like action. They were like pushing, and they'd be like this. Do we get it? And I'm like, yeah. You know, you got to be professional.
So speaking of Avalance, were there any scenes that happened this season that are on the cutting room floor that we didn't get to see, or any moments from past seasons that you guys?
I don't ever remember everything that we filmed. So like if I watched an episode and then a scene wasn't there, I don't really remember. It would have to be something really big for that to notice it. But no, I don't think they've cut anything.
No, I am. I'm trying to think too. I mean, after our breakup, this last episode.
I don't know if it's a full breakup.
Well, when I was done. I was done. But I do know that, I mean, I remember shooting that scene with you, and we that director specifically really, he's an editor, and often when editors direct, they direct like editors, so they're you know, they want the pieces that they want, and so we end up doing more takes. Sometimes it's just a very different thing. So we did that scene all the way through, which was a long scene for Legends. Like it was pages and pages and movement and snickerdoodles, like for when you watch the beginning to the end. And I remember it was supposed to go on, and there was like Ava had like a full mental breakdown after she left, like at her desk of just like complete. And I did it over and over and over again. And then someone else was supposed to come in. Like there's a whole thing. And when I watched it, I was like. Had me going on and on for hours about my beloved Sara Lance. We gonna be fine.
Well, I think there was a lot of talk about how to handle that scene because we weren't sure. We're like, is this a breakup or is this a fight? And I think we actually shot a version where you said, I'm done, like a full, like it was very clear that it was a breakup. But then when we talked about it more, because what we also didn't want to do is like, we broke up, we didn't break up, now we broke up, and like doing the break up, get back together, break up, get back together, and like that kind of thing. So I think it isn't really a full, it's unclear whether it's a breakup or not, which I feel like, I don't know, you guys probably maybe had like a fight like that, and you're like, is it over? Is it not over?
I think we've all gone through that.
I think that's what this is.
Yeah, and Caitie's so wonderful about relationship scenes, and we really talk it out of what the specifics, just being very precious about where we're at in the relationship. So we're both, even if we're not on the same page as characters in the scene, we know what we want the audience to come away with watching that couple after that scene, you know what we want. So yeah, and exactly my point, the editor, I think he wasn't sure how it was going to end the button, so we kind of did it all those ways, and that was exhausting. We know how it ends now.
So before we turn it over to the audience for questions, I wanted to play a little game of Would You Rather with both of you. I promise they're easier questions. So would you rather be the Queen of England or the Mother of Dragons?
Mother of Dragons.
Mother of Dragons.
Whoever answers first gets that one. So you have to be the Queen of England.
Oh my God, that's a funny story, but you can't tell it. I just realized.
I really, that's like my dream.
Okay.
And I was like, I remember when I went in to the meeting last season, they're like, what would you like to do this season? I was like, well, I want to be the Mother of Dragons. And I want to like ride on, you know, like a back of a dragon and all my clothes to burn off and me come out as the Mother of Dragons. Like, that's what I want.
I think you just launched 1,000 fanfics.
I'm still pushing it for it for next season.
Story. And she can't tell you.
So I think that means keep watching. So would you rather fight to the death of a 100-foot Bebo or a man-eating magical unicorn?
Bebo. Fight to the death of a 100-foot Bebo. I thought I had to say it first.
Is it man? Oh, well, yeah, I guess he just kind of.
The one that ate Gary's nipple. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Well,
poor nipple.
I guess if you're taking Bebo, I'll handle the unicorn.
That's why I took it, because I knew you can handle it.
Would you rather have to survive in a snowsuit in the desert or naked in Antarctica?
Snowsuit desert.
Naked in Antarctica. Snowsuit in a desert.
Naked in Antarctica? You would, I mean, I guess.
Sounds like the worst thing.
Freezing to death would be better, is a less painful death probably than like dehydration and. Anyways,
I was
next
never thinking
question.
I was going to die. Surviving.
That is true. Would you rather go back in the past to meet your ancestors or go far in the future to meet your great-great-grandchildren?
That's a good one.
Far in the future.
Back in the past. That's weird. Yeah, that's truly.
I'm really curious to know what's going to happen to the world, like where we're going, what's going to happen.
I don't want to know.
Would you rather have a rewind button on life or a pause button on life?
Pause.
That was an amazing jinx. Like, perfect sync. Touche. All right, so let's open it up to questions because we have a packed house, and I know there's tons of people that want to ask questions.
It is a packed house. Like, cool.
I know.
Hi. This question is for Jess.
Hi.
What do you love most about Ava?
Her heart.
Yeah.
I was gonna say boobs.
You're welcome.
Hello. Other than people you've already been with, if you could ship your characters with anybody in the DC universe, who would you ship your characters with?
I'm not answering that.
You have to. Oh. I don't know.
It can be like a throuple thing, so you stay together. That's fine.
I really love Caity. I do. No, I'm getting a lot of awes. I gotta get tough. No, yeah, I don't know if I should answer that either, because they're gonna write it, and then everyone's gonna be mad, so let's just skip it.
Hi. Jess, we went to your table earlier, and we talked to you about the Riddler.
Is that Gary the Green, the bear?
Yeah.
Okay, hi.
I was about to ask you if you could like share it to people, like your idea with the
No.
Riddler.
I can't. I told you in secrecy.
But
At my table in public.
We wanted to make the hashtag happen.
But you have to make it happen. I didn't say anything at the table. I love you, though. And I really want to play the female Riddler. I can't say that one like either. Really
You would be good at that.
want to be the first
really good at
female
that.
Riddler. It's being pitched. It's being pitched.
Sorry. Hello.
After like, what?
We all know that every time that the legends go to a mission, Sara sends them with a one-liner, amazing one-liners. Like my favorite, personal favorite is, get your Sunday best because we're going to church. Followed by, no, it's not a send-off, mom's got a headache. So, Caity and Jes, what are your favorite snazzy send-offs from Sara?
Something Puritan.
That's what I was
I
thinking.
love that one. Because you
We're about to get our Puritan. Yeah, I think so. And I like jumped up on the thing, and it was like, no, too much. It was too much.
Yeah, that one.
Which I had to do ADR for, because apparently I said it wrong. Puritan.
Puritan.
But
Puritan.
I don't know. Whatever.
I ADR'd the whole tango. Okay, keep going.
Hi. If Bebo Day were a national holiday, how would Sara and Ava celebrate?
Take off from work.
Take off your clothes.
Would it?
Roast some marshmallows. What do we do for Bebo Day?
I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't be. I wouldn't choose this, but it seems like it should be some kind of furry costume thing.
Oh! You just blew so many people's minds. Yeah, furry costumes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi. So I was wondering, I like cosplay, so I was wondering what your favorite costumes were, but not that you wore, that the other person wore.
Is that Jess?
Yes.
Hi. Wait, what was the question?
What was the favorite costume that I wore, and my favorite that you wore?
Oh.
I have such a bad memory. Like, I don't remember if we get back together or not, like, or how. I was trying to think about it.
There's like boxes.
Don't say anything. Oh, yeah.
I remind.
Oh yeah, now I remember.
I really like all the leather, and even working with Amy Gideon in Sirens of Space Time. The leather.
That was
We were
awesome.
like feeling that leather. All of us. We're just like, you look good, and you look good. We look good, and look at good, and good.
There was some time where you wore an outfit and I didn't, and I remember really liking it, but I don't remember what it was. You ever dress up and I didn't? Whatever. I think it hasn't aired yet anyway, so I probably can't say it is.
Yes. Yeah, it hasn't aired yet. I can't remember.
Leather.
Oh, that's gonna make me crazy.
Good default answer.
Thank you.
So I'm just going to reiterate from last year how much I appreciate that Avalance sort of says that not every couple actually has to have like dominant, submissive, the man, the woman in the relationship, and how BS that can be. But we also see, especially this season, how it can be a bit difficult to have two strong women, whether it's a bit of trouble with the dancing thing or just other issues that sort of led to the pause, whatever the heck we're going to call it. What advice would you give to your character as we sort of navigate the next steps in the relationship?
I have to like talk in the fifth person right now, I think. I'm talking to Ava about the future of, okay. I think they did it. That was what they set out to write is in the fourth season was that exact thing, two powerhouse women getting together and trying to just have like a normal or whatever that is, not be the bosses that they are. And I think we solved a little bit of it with trying to, in fifth person, we solved, meaning Ava and Sara, in finding that balance of letting the other have control when they have it, But that still you haven't seen the rest of that happen because the season hasn't aired. But that's the advice I would give to be, also to myself, stop being such a freaking control freak. Just,
Don't date a clone. I kid. Just kidding.
Oh! Don't kill her, Ava! Oh my God.
She hates it when I say the C word.
I think you lost your mic.
I did. I'm gonna go home now.
I'm kidding. Aww.
I brought my memory flashy. Hi guys, I'm Jess. I knew that freaking camera would come in handy up here at some point.
That maybe would be better advice, like always carry your memory flasher with you.
That's better. Oh my God, I'm hurting so bad inside. I feel weird. Okay, go.
So my question goes off of Sarah's version of the C word, which is the assassin part of her. Is there any chance that she would go back to being assassin with, say, like, they get thrown with Legends doing something wrong with the timeline and she has to go back to the League of Assassins like she did in season 2, and where Ava and Nyssa would meet? Because I think that would be quite funny.
Do you want me to leave? Because I'll go.
No, not me. That she wants you and Nyssa.
Oh.
All I hear
Ava
is clone
Nyssa.
over here. So loud. That's good. Thank you for us wanting us to be together. Caity, go ahead.
I mean, I don't know. I don't write it. I think it would be cool to bring Nyssa's character into the mix. I like that, you sickos. I think I'm curious to know what would happen.
I was just saying more for like the drama aspect of Ava most likely would not like Nissa at all, and Nissa would not like Ava.
Or they would become like best friends, and they're
That's
like,
the
"How did you deal with when Sarah's like this?"
Like two exes.
By the way, I love that. I do.
And also,
I do.
I really like how John Constantine and Sarah are actually just friends and very nice to each other, and even though they're exes.
Well, not really exes. We never dated. I think Sarah views like John Constantine as like ooh, that was a mistake.
That was a mistake.
I don't think it was like a relationship. I think it was like
one too many drinks.
Weak moment. Yeah, it was that like horror episode, and I think I was having delusions. I must have thought it was Ava. I don't know. But I do like watching them fight over me.
There's no fight, honey.
Sing.
Hey, you guys. My wife and I are both kind of strong people who maybe sometimes argue a little bit, so I feel really seen right now with what you are sharing in terms of the tango and everything else. So thank you for that. But you spoke about the chemistry you read, and you kind of like alluded to your vision of what could become of what you were experiencing in that moment. And I'd love to know how. Of the grand vision you had for what could be, like how much of that has been realized so far? What do you are there surprises and things you want to explore in the relationship, and also just
Look who it is! Oh shit!
Oh wow!
So there's some chemistry, I guess.
Hey! Bye, Katrina!
That's kind of like a memory flasher, I think.
I was looking for it.
I see her somewhere.
That took some skill in that shirt. That was like hand drawn.
I snapped her neck and she still moved. Did anyone see that? And I whispered in her ear, "I'm gonna snap your neck." And she just went, like, "I'm so sorry. Bye."
Katrina and I have a panel later on.
I know. Questions?
I guess I'm good. I don't know.
Did we answer your question?
I think that just answered every question ever. I don't know what just happened. It was something blah blah chemistry blah blah. What else might there be in the chemistry tank? But anyway, you know what? I cede my time.
It was about the chemistry and what we if we realized anything that we wanted in the chemistry, if it's come to realization, and what
I think
are the
it
goals,
has,
right?
for sure.
For sure. Look at this.
Exceeded it, yeah.
And,
look at this.
And okay,
How
so
about a shirt?
All right, so there you go. Okay, so one twist on the question is how much of it is planned, and how much of it do you like talk out in advance, and how much happens, like the butt bump or the whatever, like how much of that?
That's all in the
Yeah, the moment.
Is it all on the page, or it's in the moment?
In the moment.
There's stuff like, the writers will want kisses or the specific things. Sometimes they go out. Sometimes they come in when they're not supposed to. Sometimes, the physicality. But yeah, that's usually the physicality is not written. Our writers really are lovely that way, where they're just like, they know what the scene's about and then go. It's probably a different way every single take, I think. I think you only did that butt bump once, and we probably did that take. She probably did it because she was bored. Caity does this thing when she's bored, where she'll just like, boop, boop.
Tabernacle!
Tabernacle! Yeah. Yeah, that's a long story. But yeah, shit, it's. I don't know if I answered your question. I'm still thinking all of it. I feel like I just got bombarded.
Hey, what's up? There's been a lot of fun homages to Back to the Future this season. If you could be any Back to the Future character, who would you be? Either like as an actor or as a character.
Back to the Future characters. I feel like. I mean, I think I have to say Biff, or I'm gonna get fired. Biff. I love me some Tom Wilson. I do. I love him so much. Like, I think that would be really fun. He's the bad guy in the whole thing, and he actually played a bunch of really cool, different characters. When you think back and watch that, the Western Biff was really cool.
That's correct.
The weird comb-over Biff was not as cool.
I'd be the Michael J. Fox. Yeah.
Thank you.
McFly.
The correct answer was Leah Thompson, but it's fine. Don't worry about it.
That's what we meant.
I said Leah Thompson first, and then I said Biff because I'd get fired.
This question is for both of you. I was just wondering what your favorite thing is about working with one another.
Oh my God! Such softies. So much awe. She puts up with my shit. Like, let's just be honest. I think truly, like, she's such a powerhouse. She has been in these universes for so long. She's such a pro. She knows what she wants. She's, and it's let's be honest, it's her show. We got a female #1 over here. It doesn't happen. Like, it doesn't happen. And and then I come in and I'm like, and I'm on the show too. And she's just like, and she puts up with my shit. I think she's a tremendous, tremendous person. I really love you.
Aw, I love you too. I think it's surprising. Like, I've never worked with somebody where I've had such easy chemistry with.
Say something else.
What? No, like, I feel like acting with you, like, we have amazing chemistry together. Like, it's so easy. Like, I don't have to try, and you're hilarious and always a good time, and yeah.
So when Constantine screwed up the timeline, he created all those alternate universe spin-off kind of things. If you had to choose one to like stay in for the show to be set in, which would you choose?
Yeah, the Charlie's Angel one for sure.
That was so fun.
Or a puppet, if I could still get paid and just be a puppet and voice a puppet.
Hi. First off, I want to say, Jess, I first know you from Mistresses, but I only watched your section.
So I know you're not that 35-year-old housewife whose husband won't talk to them. So thank you, fan number 2. Love you.
That wasn't me, but I only watched your little, you know what I mean. Oh. But I wanted to ask you if, so every time you meet a girl that doesn't seem very straight in the show, you get that little smirk. Was that scripted, or was that just you?
Wait,
no,
what?
Not Jess, Caity.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, it's definitely not scripted. I wasn't really aware that I was doing that. But I know the smirk you're talking about.
Yeah. I've always wondered, so thank you. Oh yeah, there's a compilation on YouTube too.
Hi, big fan. Got to say that right off the start. So my question is, we all know Bieberverse is too batshit to like try to predict where it's going to go next. But my question is to both of you: what relationship milestone would you like to see in season 5?
Did you say Bieberverse?
Oh yeah.
I haven't heard that.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Instead of Arrowverse, it's Bieberverse?
Yeah. I knew that.
All inclusive.
What was the question?
So, like, last season we saw you guys get together and say I love you, and this season you kind of sort of moved in together. What would you like to see in season 5?
personally don't want us to get married.
Here she goes.
I just feel like it's like, oh, Felicity and Oliver got married, and like everyone gets married. Like that has to be the progression, and I'm not saying they shouldn't be together. I want them to be together, but life partners. I think that on TV, there's not a lot of examples of people being life partners that aren't married, and I think it would be interesting. I think it's a big thing in a lot of people in society don't want to feel like they have to get married, that you can be with someone and be a life partner with someone without necessarily having to like have a court document saying it. So I think that's kind of a more interesting choice for them. But that's just me.
The
If you
Wave
like
Rider
it, then
pays
you
better
should-
than the Time Bureau. That's why she doesn't want the court docs. No, you don't have to get married to have little Bebos.
I didn't say anything about baby Bebos.
Baby Bebos. We're messing with it.
If you were like pregnant in real life, they would probably write it in.
We talked about the whole marriage thing, and we were. Oh, I haven't a surprise. I'm just kidding. Where is the Tito's? If we were talking about the marriage thing, and actually, I agree with her that I don't think we needed to get married and do like the same thing that I think they was a wedding on the Flash and a wedding on Arrow, right? But we were. I really actually do just want to have a real life pregnant belly and kick ass and still do stunts. Like it's actually something that I think would be so cool to still be able to like be playing a character on TV with a real belly. That would be cool.
Doable. Like we don't see enough examples of that.
Yeah. Well, Winona did it. Melanie Winona did it. She murdered it.
We need more.
She's like inspiration. I would see those pictures, and my stunt double is actually her stunt double. It's the same as Andrea. She's amazing. She's absolutely amazing, and she would show me these videos. I'm like, that girl, she is killing it. That's what I want to do.
So I think we have time for one more question.
I really love the show and I really love the representation. And I wanted to ask if you guys ever read the fan fiction.
No. I don't think I could handle it.
I know. I don't think I could handle it either. I think I would get. Yeah.
Sure, the writers do. Sure, they get a bunch of ideas. Is it legal? Oh, never mind. They don't do that.
Okay, thank you.
We got one more. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi. Jess, been a fan since Mistresses.
Fan number 3.
She stole my thunder, but whatever. I'll get over it. I'm 29. Would Batwoman show up in the Wave Rider? And given the fact that I have been to parties that Miss Rose has DJ'd, would Batwoman DJ at the Wave Rider for any of your birthdays?
That would be great.
I don't know if I want Batwoman near Miss Lotz.
Fair point.
Thinking about it.
Batwoman is with Zatanna and many other women.
I still don't know if I want Batwoman near Miss Lotz. I don't care who she's with.
All it takes is a smirk.
Do you see what I deal with? Do you see?
Awesome. Well,
Let her fly, but clip her wings.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here. I want to wrap up with one final question that it's one of my favorite ones to ask, and I didn't ask it last year, is what's the one thing you want people to take away from meeting you?
It's so funny. I just don't think I'm that interesting.
I'm just this really beautiful,
There she
self-deprecating,
goes.
funny woman. I mean, why would anybody want to meet me? from Hong Kong to see you.
But I want to meet them. This is the thing. It's weird. I get... I'm going to get emotional. I can't answer it.
Aww.
No. I think it's crazy. You guys don't know. Well, this is going to take a turn. But a very close friend of mine who's very young, 15 years old, passed away from another charity that I do. I've been friends with her for a long time. You know about her. And yeah. But her funeral's today. Legitimately today. And I was like, God, I want to go. And this little girl fought cancer for a long time. And she was a gymnast and a dancer, and I used to FaceTime her on set, and we were always trying to fly her out. And sorry, but I just know that she would have never let me not come be here with other powerful women that are trying to have a voice in anything. I mean, she was so adamant about the amount of money that goes into childhood cancer and all this, and we're doing the same thing here in representation. And I almost didn't come, and I just could hear her saying, you have to go be that inspiration. Like, she made me feel like I was an inspiration, and I really don't. I really wanted to be here to meet you guys. It's truly the truth. So that's what I take away. I don't want anybody to know what to take away from this. You give me everything that gets taken away. You know? I don't know if that made sense.
Wow.
Take away, live every day. And you're enough. And live every day. And to its fullest, truly, because it's truly, that's this, like, could just stop, you know, and live every day.
What was her name again?
Emma.
Can we all send Emma a message right now and all together yell, Emma, we love you? Yes. Because I feel like she'll hear it.
Yes.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Emma!
Thank you, guys.
On that note, thank you. Let's have another round of applause for Caity and Jess.
Thank you, guys.